Is it love? Is it love? Baby, be mine. Is it love? Is it complicated? Be mine. Love. I should've never waited, but love.
My name is Daniel Mwelwas.
I'm Miriam Kembangonde Mwelwas.
We met sometime back in 2003 in our junior high school. We were not going out that time. Yeah, so she just came to visit our school. Then one of my friends introduced her to me. That was the only time I saw her, 2003. I never saw her again until we completed our high school. I was at Kabulonga Boys and she was at Goka. So we met somewhere at Manda Hill because she was staying in Luangwa or somewhere in Garden. Yeah, so that's how I saw her. Then time after that, I had to look for her number because I didn't know where she was coming from. Yeah, then we met one day, we went out for a walk. That's how I asked her out. 2006.
Yeah.
That's when we started going out.
He looked really good. And he smelled good. Yeah. And I think from the first time I saw him, he looked like someone who's calm. Yeah, before I actually got to know him and everything, but he proved me right. Mm-hmm.
It was sometime in November
Yeah.
18th, I remember.
Yeah.
That was the time I asked her out. It was maybe 2 months after I met her. Then she was like, no, I'm not seeing anyone. I was like, okay, this is okay. We'll start from here.
Yes, I was. Because I liked him. So I was expecting that to come. Mm-hmm.
We went out for a long time. We are looking at 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
Went out for 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Holidays were there. Yeah, breakups were between school. She was at Copperbelt University. I remained in Lusaka, but I kept on visiting sometimes. She comes back when they close, just like that. So when she told me 2014, 13 that she's done with school, then I told her, no, end of the year we'll reach your place. That was 14. Then I told her I'll marry you after 2 years. That was after we had already paid everything. But again, she was still complaining, why would you pay if you don't want to take me now?
2 years.
But again, she waited 2 years after everything.
Yeah.
For her, from the time I just met her, I told my uncle that I think this is the girl I'll marry. Because she had most of the things I wanted in a woman. Somebody who doesn't drink, somebody who's more on the Christian side. That's what I wanted, and she was coming from a pastor's home. The mother is a reverend, the father is a bishop, so I was like, I think this is it for me.
I always thought myself I would settle down with someone who's more like my dad. I received so much love from my dad, and I noticed that he was very caring, even to the people around him, and even me, and he was focused. And I think that was something I really saw that we could actually get along, and I'd be happy with him, and I am.
It wasn't easy on my side. Her family had already known me for a long time. I used to go to her place. Usually, from her side, you can't be seeing her and not reaching home. It's not allowed. If you have to visit her, you have to go in the yard. So they knew me, but from my family side, it's a bit difficult. You know how it is. But with time now, I think they're at a good place.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy in the beginning. She actually got scared the first time I said I wanted to marry you. She was. Then I told her, I'll give you 1 year to think about it.
I thought you were joking.
So I waited for her. When she was ready, then we actually had it from church.
Yes.
Yes, Pentecostal Holiness Church. That's our church. Yeah.
It was, at first actually was thinking, is he serious? I think we were still a bit young. Yes, we were. But it was beautiful church. It was a beautiful ceremony we had in church. And I think it's because I have grown up in the church. So for me, church is family and everything. So it was the best place for me. Yes. Well, it wasn't that easy, but I think what helped me is I'm more of a planner. So I plan things way ahead of time. So the 2 years gave me enough time to plan. I think 3 months before the wedding, I had nothing to do because everything was already done. So yeah, I was really relaxed.
It was scary, but it was good, and I think I was also ready for it. It's not easy to be in front, but when I looked at her, I was like, okay, this is happening now.
Wow, singing.
Yeah, and she came in singing, So I was also surprised. I didn't expect that.
It was when God made you, He was thinking of me. That was the song I sang, and He had no idea. So I think He thought something was playing.
And that's what I knew
Then
until I
when-
saw you.
When He saw me approaching, He was so nervous. Yes. So that's the
was
song I
stage.
sang.
Yeah.
It was easy for me to sing. Actually, the one who was nervous was my dad. He was supposed to start with me, but his hands were shaking. I don't know why. He preaches all the time, so I don't know why he was nervous that day. So he was the one who was nervous, and him.
Yeah, I was nervous.
Wedding preparation. I think it was the whole process of my mom being there, seeing her happy, excited, how my parents would even tell other people. I think being born in a family of 2 and we're girls, dad would have questions like, you only have girls. But I think us just making him proud and everything, I think that was priceless for me to see.
Those ones were arranged by the church.
Yes.
Yes. Those were arranged by the church, and we'll just say what the Reverend was saying. I refused to do our own vows. I would have failed. You can forget,
Yeah, they were very okay, and I think that was a moment to really reflect on the better or for worse, meaning you actually now stand and think whether this person is in a good state or not, I'll stand by them. So that was something that I had to take seriously and keep holding on to up to now. It will be 8 years in March. Yes.
Too much. Yeah, 8 years in March.
Yes. We have 2 children here on earth, and we've lost 2 sons. So we've gone through an interesting journey, I can say, through when it comes to our journey to parenthood. We had our firstborn. He was actually born a preemie that was in 2016 at the end. He was born at 7 months. Then our secondborn we lost in the 2nd trimester due to an incompetent cervix. And then our thirdborn was our first full-term pregnancy, but we definitely had to do a lot of bed rest and all those things. And our fourthborn, we had what they call PPROM, where there's a leak of amniotic fluid. So this led to an infection, and once he was born later on, he couldn't keep his oxygen levels and he died the following day. So that's the journey we've been through, and that was actually 7 months ago for our fourthborn. Yeah, so this journey can be challenging, but I feel when you're with the right person, it makes things actually manageable. And there's just a way God carries you through situations that at the end of the day, you will be an encouragement to someone else. Yes.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been easy. Actually, when it happened, I was out of the country. I had a pending journey. I was going to Dubai. I just had a feeling something would go wrong. I delayed the journey for 2 weeks. So I had another trip to SA. I left around 10. I went driving, so I thought, no, I need to go. I reached the border around 18. Tried to reach her, I couldn't reach her. So I called her around 19. She told me, no, I'm in the hospital, I've delivered. So I got surprised. How have you delivered? It's not yet time. So again, 01, I called her. I was like, no, I'm starting off now. I'm going to Joburg. already the baby was in critical condition, but they couldn't tell me because they knew I was driving. So I reached 05, my father called me. How far are you from Joburg? I said I'll be reaching around 9, according to the GPS. So again, I moved 7 hours, more calls, more messages, my condolences. I said, so who's died? Is it my wife or the baby? So I was confused. So where I was going, they had already caught that guy, and he was just expecting me. And he just said, Daniel, you go find the next flight that goes back to Zambia, then we'll sort out everything for you. That's how I came back then. The baby was gone.
He went from the airport, he went straight to the
To
mortuary.
the mortuary, yeah. I had to see him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think firstly you go into shock. So I think I was in shock. You just had a C-section, you heard your baby cry, you're excited and say, at least I've gone through a lot during the pregnancy, so I have him now. So now the shock of just accepting that, okay, he's gone, was there. I think the healing side, when 2 weeks after the C-section, I was able now to go to his grave site and see where he's laying. That now was me able to, I had to pray. I went with dad and some friends. I had to pray and just say, I release him, and just tell myself it's time for me to start that journey. So during the journey of healing, there'll be days that are okay and some are difficult. But with time, you get more better days than the hard days. And I've learned also to just make sure that I don't dig a hole. So when you can have the low days, but making sure even in those low days, for me it's music. I'll always have a playlist that I'll be listening to, and I always tell myself today will feel like this, but tomorrow will be different. So that's how I've been taking the journey, and I'm actually amazed at how I've been able to do quite a lot in the last 7 months.
Okay, it's not easy for her. I see sometimes she breaks down even in the night. I know it's the same issue, and I don't expect it to just go away just now. You know, as men, I'm not the one who's carrying the pregnancy. I don't know how the attachment works, so I've just told myself that I'll give her time, whatever she needs for the healing process, I'll be there to support. Yeah. I think also going out for a longer time helps. You build that friendship before marriage, so marriage becomes better, because marriage has got its own challenges. But I think our relationships had a lot of challenges and we overcame them. It's not like we didn't have problems, we had problems. Yeah, but so for marriage, I think it's better than our relationship.
We understand each other more, and I think we're more of friends, so we express how we're feeling. Sometimes we definitely, the way you have questions sometimes, why would this happen? But we're able to talk to each other, so it's like when one person is low, the other person is lifting up the other person. So we keep on moving like that. Yeah.
She can't let you sleep with the conflict. She'll wake you up even if you say, I'll go home around 1. She'll
You're
wait
not
for
supposed to let the sun go down.
She can't. So usually we sort out our issues same day. There's a problem, we make sure we just sit, we talk it over. Tomorrow is a new day. That's how we deal with them. We never go a day or two without talking to each other. We don't do that.
True. Yeah. His patience and tolerance. Yes.
She's supportive, like most of the things I do. She doesn't understand, but she's always there for me. She would support me. I think that's the main thing I have. The support is just unexplainable.
So most of the time, because he's got crazy schedules, so we'll do it separately, but we make it a point to actually share what each one has been able to read for the day, or if there's a word they've received and all that. So we're interactive quite a lot. So we try by all means to find whatever time, because we can be so busy sometimes, but communication is what we use even when it comes to the word and everything concerning that. Same with our boys also at home. Yes.
think I've heard most of the words.
Oh.
Yeah, but one thing that I just love to hear from her, she just tells me it will be all right. You know, it hasn't been easy lately, the economy, the dollar. I do most of my stuff imports. So she always tells me to be okay. That's what I like to hear from her, just to make me feel like I'm still on track.
I'd like to just hear him to say, I believe in you, you can do this. Yes. I think one lesson I've learned through our journey is patience is key when you're dealing with so many things. And also care is very important between two people, especially when you're going through challenges and everything. Because at the end of the day, when everyone is gone, you just have each other. Yes.
You know, these things of children, it's just the will of God from what I've seen. Our firstborn son was born at 7 months, 1 week. He never took oxygen or anything like that. He just came out of hospital 3 days after. And then we had this one who had a full term. We did everything. So like for us, the husbands, there are others who take losses differently. But we need to consider our friends, like our wives. The loss affects women more than us men, from what I've seen. And I've experienced it twice. First one, I was with her in hospital 7 days. I was with her, I was sleeping in the hospital. So the whole process, even if I was in the hospital, but whatever she was going through, it's not the same what I was feeling. So our wives just need our support, and we need to give them that time to heal. We don't need to put a time frame like, no, it's now a month, you need to be ready by now. It doesn't work like that. We just have to be supportive until when they feel they are ready. It's a process.
I think I would love to tell those people who may be going through a loss that they should take each day as it comes, step by step. Thinking of the future, how you'll be, can be overwhelming. So just take each day as it comes. And then also that men should be considered, because their feelings are also valid. Most of the times they're sidelined. So even as wives, we need to make sure that we are supportive to our husbands and be able to journey. The healing journey is for the two of you and not one person. So for me, I feel that through this journey of ours, especially the recent one, which was 7 months ago, I feel so many people have been able to testify that they've seen God in my healing journey because I've allowed Him to carry me through. So when God is carrying you through, the world will wonder and say, how is she standing? And that way now they'll want to understand, what does she believe in? That will lead them to Christ. So they were definitely, even Paul said, we'll pass through so many tribulations, but God, He will be with us. And for me, I've been able to, I can testify that I've experienced the joy and peace that God gives even when things don't make sense. So that in itself will give someone who's going through a similar situation courage to just say, okay, let me find out where is this person getting their strength from. So I feel that itself is actually preaching to the world.
My name is Daniel Mwelwas.
My name is Miriam Kembankonde Mwelwas, and this is how we met.